I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. The tit, the most unassuming of bird species. The tit is from a large family of small passerine birds which mainly occur in the northern hemisphere. Members of this family are commonly referred to as tits throughout much of the English-speaking world. These birds are mainly small, stocky, woodland species. Some have crests or beards. Just like another animal, the Alba commune pine, they range from 4 to 8 inches. Many species live around human habitation and come readily for nuts or seed, and learn to take other foods. This message was presented by the DeWeather Institute for Climate Knowledge. The DeWeather Cares Knights Tits Kickball Tournament is coming this October and benefits 4 cancer-related charities. See DeWeather Center on Facebook for more information.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Highside Hustle right here on the National Racing Network. My name is Bert Wojcik. Alongside me, as always, big, sexy Adam Rubright, executive producer Chris Graham back there at the home base, keeping everything in line here for this shit show that'll probably go off the rails at some point here. And, boys, after we got through last Wednesday, did we have some nice weather this weekend? Man, I tell you what, it could have been a better weekend for racing. And did we see some great racing this entire weekend, Adam? What a Labor Day we had.
Yeah, you really can't complain. I saw great features everywhere we went. I wish lap traffic would have been more of a factor at Diamond on Monday night, but it is what it is.
You know, That was a damn good cold cracker, I thought. By the way, folks, as you're joining us here, don't forget to leave a comment, talk to us here. It's just gonna be us tonight. We're gonna be having some fun here. Just go over the weekend's racing. Peter from the Weather Center will be joining us here a little bit later on this evening, and of course, leave a comment. We'll read it on air, and yeah, it's just gonna be Adam and I. Don't forget check out 34. Motorsports ticker down below with all the weekend's results. And of course, Peter will be joining us later on the Fredericksburg Eagle Hotel hotline coming up here in a little bit. So, of course, we had a big weekend with the Cold Cracker this weekend. Month of Money is in full swing. And, you know, it kind of sucked. Obviously, I want to start with this here. Last Wednesday, we didn't have a show due to Hurricane Ida coming up and dumping a shit ton of rain on all of us. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everyone that was affected by it in Jersey, Philly, everywhere that's been affected by Ida last week. We just didn't feel like it was right to do a show, but we're thinking of you guys, and hopefully your recoveries and healing comes very quickly for you. But yeah, so we'll start off last Friday night, where Adam, you and I, we hit Trailways up for the first time this year. And we just went as fans to go support our boy Rodney Westhafer, and it didn't come out the way he did. But I want to talk about the 358 feature. Steve Owens winning the Summer Series race by 9/1000ths of a second. Trailways is a hidden gem in Pennsylvania. I don't give a damn what anyone says. They need more 410 shows, sprint car shows, what have you. But if you've never been to Trailways, folks, go check it out, man. I know it's a hike down to Hanover on a Friday night, but the racing is second to none.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that was my first time ever there. I enjoyed it down on the farm. Good racing through all the classes. I honestly kind of wish we would have stayed for that Bang Bang feature. I think that was setting up to be pretty interesting.
The Bang Bangs down there, man. The four cylinders. That's a 4-cylinder track down there too, man. But and it just kind of has that vibe to it, you know, the cornfield around it, the one farmhouse in the damn middle of the place there, and boy, this just screams 4-cylinder track. But it's a good track nonetheless down there. And Steve Owens picking up the win down there on Friday night. That was fun to watch, of course. We were on there cheering our boy Rodney. Didn't work out too well for him, but hey, you know what? 600s on that track, man. I tell you what, Wing, they put on a show down there, and it's just kind of, you know, folks, go check it out if you can. But we'll move on to the Grove here now. Just a little bit of discussion here about it with Brent Marks picking up the win on Friday night. Brent is again continuing this hot streak that he's had for ever since he really picked up back in the 19 car. I mean, this boy is setting up for a good month of money, it feels like.
Yeah, I think so. He's been gaining momentum pretty much all season ever since he hopped back in his own equipment, and he's looking damn stout no matter where he goes. I mean, there's no secret there that he's been struggling at certain tracks throughout the area, but whatever he's got going on, man, he really has figured out and in the right direction.
Absolutely. Wires the field to take the Todd Schaefer tribute race over Danny Dietrich, Lance Deweese, Anthony Macri. And how about this? Welcome back to Pennsylvania, Brian Brown. Good to see Brownie back in PA. Well, not a great weekend for him, but top 5 at the Grove to start off Brownie's September pilgrimage to the Pennsylvania area.
Absolutely. It's always good to see Brownie back in, and the fans out here really, really enjoy when he comes out. And you don't really get a chance to see him all that much. I mean, we got the pleasure of seeing him out in Knoxville, but I mean, fans from our local area, you know, when do you really get the chance other than when he comes out at the end of it?
Exactly. You nailed it there, Adam. You nailed it there. But good on Brownie. And Derek Law continues dominance with the another 358 win down at the Grove. Locke is just unbeatable down there. And I know he's good in URC competition as well, but he's very, very good at the Grove. He's won all 7 features down there this year.
Yeah, I mean, man, that kid has that place absolutely figured out.
Yeah, he does. Yes,
it's honestly quite impressive, you know, that somebody can start in the back of the field on a weekly basis and still manage to win. I mean, say what you want about Williams Grove this year and years past about it not being able to pass, but I mean, how many of us actually truly stay for the 358 feature to watch what Derek's been able to accomplish this year? I mean,
The growth is
I'm
good.
guilty.
The
I'm
growth
guilty
is,
of leaving after the 410 feature. I mean,
oh, I think we all are once or twice in our careers here. We've always, especially if you worked on a Friday, you kind of just want to get out of there, get your head, especially if you got to work on Saturday. You kind of just want to get rolling. But no, 358, folks, I encourage a lot of people to stay and watch them because they're a lot of fun to catch up on and see. They put on some damn good racing, even though the track can be kind of rough for them at the end, but it's still they do put on a very very entertaining show at Williams Grove. So all right, well let's go up to Big Bear, where it was very interesting when I was doing research. I didn't realize how far back Timmy Buckwalter was in the points come July, and he
yeah, he
cut
was a
down
pretty good gap.
over 300 points. He cut down over on Dwayne Howard to win his first modified championship at Big Diamond. Rick Laubach picked up the feature win over Alex Yankowski, Michael Lanzowski, Loudon Reimer, Timmy Buckwalter. But Buckwalter's fifth place run was enough to get the championship off of Dwayne Howard, and that's not easy to do, especially when you're going against a man whose nickname is the Diamond Cutter.
That's for sure, and he's had that nickname for quite a very long time. But not to
Since
change the
I've been
subject,
going out there.
but Dallas, oh, Pshaw, you're too kind.
What did Dallas say? I missed it.
He said, big fan of Bert and Big Sexy.
You have a nickname now, buddy. You can't lose it.
I mean, I like
You
it.
can't lose Big Sexy now.
It's better than the
about damn
previous
time
one.
You stop it. Stop it. That's how I know
Stop.
you're going to be my. Look at him.
Stop
Look at him,
it.
folks. Look at him. Oh, that's fantastic. That is. But no, good on Timmy to get the championship. Good on Rick for his first win of the year at the Diamond.
Oh yeah, he's been struggling, to say the least.
Not a good year for Longlock, but. And then let's move around here. We're just kind of jumping around, folks, having fun. We also have tonight on Flow, the Dream, the World 100 kicks off tonight at Eldora. So we'll be keeping you up through that as they're just in opening ceremonies right now. We'll move on down. You went to Granby Saturday night, correct?
Si, senor.
As I figured, let's get into that there. As you saw Ryan Lillick pick up his first career modified win at Granby. I know he's been pretty good in the sports, but man, that's good to see that family go out there and get a win.
Yeah, it was a great race actually. I forget where exactly he started, but I can't say enough about that family and what all they do. It was impressive because he held off the likes of a hard charging Man Miller and Cressley and Strunk, like the big heavy hitters, who, mind you, were all at one point tangled up in various wrecks throughout the night. I don't know what it is, but the thoughts of a clean racing anywhere in modified country these days is gone out the window. I mean, I think we spent more time under caution on Saturday than we did actually racing. But once they got their together and figured it out, it was a pretty good race.
Boy, does that sound familiar? Does that sound very familiar?
Not at all.
Not at all. No, it doesn't sound like Monday night at all. But anyway, hey, good on Ryan to get their act together, go out there, get a win, and especially had a good time going to get a win towards the end of the season. A little bit of momentum going into the Sixers, so we'll see what happens coming up here. And that was just fun to hear that Ryan got the win. And Saturday night, I headed down to the Lincoln Speedway for the Twin 20s, and that's always a fun night. I love it when you get two races in one night. And but the race of the night, I thought, was the actual Legends. And my thoughts on Legends. I'm not a fan of Legends. I actually they're the bane of my existence. That's how much I think I like Legends, but they were the feature of the night on Saturday night down at Lincoln. Seth Kirchner, so the big thing about the Legends, my thing with them is that it's always freaking wrecked. They're always freaking wrecking. But they ran a clean race most of the night on Saturday night, an awesome fun race, and Seth Kirchner picked up the win. Hats off to him, Jeremy Ott. They ran some good racing there, good clean racing, and that was just a fun feature to watch. But what you go for the 410s, and the first 410 feature in the Bob Libby Memorial. Tyler Esch goes out, picks up his first Lincoln win of the season over Corey Haas, Glendon Forsythe, Chase Dietz, and Freddie Raymond. The second one, Alan Crimes, he picks up his first win at Lincoln this year over Tyler Ross, Devin Borden, Tim Gladfelter, and Chase Dietz with 2. Yeah, that was my thoughts exactly when I heard that was his win at Lincoln this year. You're talking September for a multi-time Lincoln track champion.
September
not
with
the A7.
Only 2 races left.
Yeah.
2 410 races anyway.
Not a good year for Alan Crimes, but hey, good for them. The whole team, him, Chad, all the boys down there, good for them. And Tyler Esch, I tell you what, he ran a good race because Corey Haas was closing in on him a lot of that first feature, and he ran a very clean race. And for as much rain as they got down in Hanover too, Fred Putney and the crew, they had the track looking perfect. A little heavier than what I think they wanted to get, but it didn't move up as much as I thought it. It was a really gnarly cushion coming off of 4, but definitely for the condition they were given a very good track by Fred. And Alan in his feature, he absolutely walked him, and it was good, really really fun to see them go out there and get that win.
Yeah. This is the most I've ever gone to Lincoln in a year. I mean, I think when I was there last week, it was my 11th or 12th time there this year. Like, I'm usually good for maybe 2 or 3. Like, that's usually about it. But then again, last night was night number 60 on the year, and the most races I've ever gone to prior to this year was 39. I mean, and that's.
And think about it, we still probably got about a good 30 races left on our schedule yet too.
It's less than you'd think because I just calculated up some that I plan on going to.
Right.
It just goes to show you, like, if you work on a race car, the lack thereof actual racing that you get to go to. I mean, I've been able to go to midweek shows that I've never got to go to before, but.
And having a better job too helps, I think, or is helping a lot now.
Oh yeah, like especially hours wise. I mean, I have a set schedule. I don't have to worry about am I going to get stuck at work for 9 hours longer than I'm supposed to be here. But well, I mean, the way I have it looked at here is there's about 14 left of good quality shows. That's not counting maybe a random trip here or a random trip there. I mean, you have Tusky 50 this weekend. I'm probably only going to go Saturday. I mean, maybe Friday night I'll go down to Linda's. I'm not sure yet. But October 8th and 9th, you have the World of Outlaws up there. October 16th, I'll go up there for the Showcase 200. The Grove, you got only 4 410 shows left, and that's the All-Stars the 17th, the Diamond Series on the 24th, and then the National Opens the 1st and 2nd. Lincoln, I mean, you got the All-Stars for the Dirt Classic in 2 weeks, next weekend, and then they don't race again in 410 wise until October 16th for championship night.
Yep.
I'd like to go to Eastern States. I mean, obviously we'll probably just go up to Eastern States on Sunday, but then again, what else do we have going on in October? So maybe go up Friday or Saturday and Sunday.
I'm going to stop you right there on that one. Did you see the rumor that's going around right now?
I did, and I don't want to talk about said rumor because if that particularly happens, then I will not be going up.
No, it's only the small block race. Only a small block.
Yeah, I'd go up.
So
I don't know. It could be interesting. I don't want to
that's
keep hammering rumors into the rumor mill because when that shit happens, then stuff gets all wonky. But you figure we got
exactly.
Charlotte.
But
Baps
if he,
has two
let's
410 shows left, and then Oswego for Dirt Week. I mean, sprinkle in maybe November New York for the Deo show if that doesn't get snowed out for
oh
the
of course, oh
Gobbler.
yeah. Well, either that or Wall. Don't forget, you got Wall for Turkey Derby.
Yeah,
Turkey Derby.
I
That's
mean,
get a must hit on my side.
like, we're
Um,
winding down here. It sucks,
Yep.
but
yeah, man. We're almost on our first season of Highside Hustle. We got about another 2 months yet of this, and that's season 1 in the books. Take a month off, and then we're right back for the Chili Bowl. Yeehaw! We're right there, folks. But I want to go back real quick on that rumor that we were talking about, and I want people in the comments. If you guys are watching this, leave us your comments here. If you don't know what the rumor is, there is sprinklings going around that Kyle Larson will be running a small block modified in the 150 lapper at Eastern States in Orange County. If that happens and he wins that race, without a doubt, Kyle Larson will be, in my mind, the greatest in history, just because he won everything there is on dirt, or everything that can be won in dirt, or every discipline in dirt, basically. I mean, the last thing on that would be the Indy 500. Last thing that he would have to win is an Indy car.
Yeah, but if he were to be going to modified racing, I would personally like to see the big block instead of a 358.
Again, you can't have your
Come
cake and
on,
eat it too. Because
if Halmar is gonna pony up a 358,
but here it's a scheduling thing though. It's a scheduling thing. If he has to run Saturday because of Sunday being the Cup race.
I thought Cup would be over by then because you're looking at the end of October.
No, Cup race. That ain't over till, what is that, Chris? Maybe you can, Chris. What's that? That's Cups ain't over till mid-November, second or third week in November.
Just coming to chime in here with what the schedule is.
Ladies and gentlemen, executive producer Chris Graham.
Here's what you're looking at. The NASCAR Cup Series schedule will go to the month of October. October 17th, they are at Texas Motor Speedway. October 24th at Kansas Speedway. Halloween, they are at Martinsville. And then they close the season out on Sunday, November 7th at Phoenix.
Okay, so their last race is the one we're traveling home from Charlotte.
Yes. So pretty much throw him out of Charlotte without a doubt. I don't see him coming cross country for that. Eastern.
Well, didn't the 57 already say they're pretty well done for the year, minus what they're doing out in California? So why are we even talking about Kyle Larson in a sprint car for the rest of the year?
Well, no, we're not.
It's gonna be late
I'm
models.
just saying about maybe with late model. I mean, he's around the world. He's around the world this week.
Yeah, but he's only running tonight and tomorrow.
Right. Well,
not running Friday.
I'm still running the world.
Yeah, this year's, not last year's.
Right. Yeah. Let's see here. What else is there? Yeah. Maybe that Port Royal date, the 57 comes out because they're down in Charlotte on the 10th. Again, this is all hindsight, folks, because it all depends on who's going to be at the points, too. All depends on that. Clark the Bear. Oh, hey, fellas. What's up, buddy?
I don't know. If I'm,
Peter will be coming on
again, like, to touch into that whole spectrum that we talked about 2 weeks ago, if I'm Mr. Hendrick, we're in playoff time now. I'm keeping Kyle awfully close to my vest because, I mean, you don't need a freak accident to happen at a random dirt track in the country and him break an arm or something happens and he can't race the Cup Series, and then everything you worked for year one of your Cup contract goes out the window.
Yeah.
You know? I mean...
Yeah. Well...
But
just have to
also,
wait and
on
see.
the other hand, he's the best. He's his best when he's racing all the time.
Yes.
So,
And
I don't know.
he showed that a little bit this weekend here by banging the shit out of the boards at Darlington on Sunday night, running down Danny Hamlin. And speaking of the devil, he's in a transfer spot right now at the World. He's running fourth right now in his heat. He's underneath Mars, gonna try and get. No, not gonna happen. Yeah, that bottom's not quite there. Oh, holy shit! Ryan Gustin just beat the shit out of the boards, and the mystery machine is out front. Bobby Pierce, Chris. I think I shared it on our Twitter. If you want to pull that up for people who haven't seen it yet, folks, if you haven't seen Bobby Pierce at Target this weekend at the World, well, like, oh man, he's got the mystery machine. But my buddy Bob Zaganik, he just texted me, "What's your shirt size?" And I said, he said, "You got a Scooby Doo shirt coming for you." So, hell yeah! Oh, I'm looking forward to that. What's up, Sean? 34 Motorsports checking in. Sean Leiter, good to see you, buddy. Oh my god, that car is so sexy.
Hey.
So my buddy Jeremy Tidwell posted today. Hey, kids, when you go and see Bobby Pierce, the Scooby Doo shirt, we ask him about the FU shirt that he has, or whatever the one he has or the F word on it. That's great. Bobby Pierce goes out and wins the heat. So, all right, let's keep the show rolling here as we are talking a lot about everything right now.
To answer your question that you put in there, Chris, I don't think he's the GOAT at the current time. I mean,
really?
What he's done in the last year and a half, nothing short of spectacular. But is he well on the way to becoming that? Absolutely. I mean, there's no questions, like, hands down. If he can become the first driver to win in all three disciplines that the World Racing Group races under, then yeah. I mean, he wins a Super Dirt Car Series big block race. I mean, come on. I mean, plus, add in, maybe he might win a NASCAR championship this year if everything goes his way. You know, I mean, I don't know. There's two sides. There's two sides to every.
You guys.
Okay.
Who is currently the greatest race car driver of all time, and why? And if you're going to predicate it on things like winning in a big block, AJ Foyt never did that. Mario Andretti never did that. Jim Clark, Graham Hill, go as far back as you want. I think it's pretty darn silly to predicate GOAT status on winning in a specific type of car or winning a specific race.
So,
well, all right. Well, now that you put it that way,
go ahead.
Who's the best driver in the world right now? Hands down, Kyle Larson. Hands down. But I mean, are we really gonna? Are we? I might be, Scott. I might be. No, Captain. It's actually beer and liquor.
On a school night, folks.
But is he the best current driver? Yes. I don't know. Because nobody comes close stat-wise over the last couple of years to just his pure dominance across pretty much every form of racing.
Right.
Oh God, it pains me to say it, but since you put it that way, yeah. God damn it.
No, I think right now AJ Foyt
But
is just because he's won
greatest.
everything that can be in across every. I mean, you got to realize back in the time Foyt was coming up was they didn't have big block, small block modifieds. They didn't have the late models that we have now today. So it's a different era, but I think just because he could win Daytona, he could win Indy, he could win in a champ car, he could win in a sprint car, he could win in a midget, he could win in anything you put him in. AJ Ford is right up there. But now Larson, if he can go out there, I mean, and win in every discipline, but I think also
If he can
needs to
continue
have
this
something to back it up.
trajectory, if he can continue this trajectory upwards over
Yeah.
say the next 5 years, catch a couple championships, then absolutely. But
Yeah,
greatest
it's
of
gonna
right
take-
now, yes.
Yes.
I can't. I don't
gonna-
necessarily think you can base of is he the greatest of all time after an excellent 2 seasons, because he might go out next year and absolutely suck. You
Yeah.
never know. That's just how this sport is. I mean, this sport will chew you up, spit you out, and kick your ass on a 7 days a week, 365 a year basis. So is he the
I'm
best
very
right now?
curious
Absolutely. Is he the
if we would
greatest
have
of
this
all time?
conversation-
Not yet.
If we have this conversation in 10 years, if we're
Have this
if
conversation
is
in 10 years. If he continues what he's doing, absolutely.
Yes.
No questions asked. But
Now, I think now let me play devil's advocate here. Let's go. All right, I said 10 years. Let's go 5 years down the road. And I'm going to put this out there for the fans. Let's say he does what he keeps doing on dirt, and he keeps winning in NASCAR. He doesn't get the Daytona 500 or a championship in that 5 years. Does he still have that GOAT status or that GOAT conversation because he hasn't won Daytona or a championship?
again,
But he's still doing what he's doing right now.
kind of to go along with what Chris said there, you can't base it off of
there's
one
Chris. Hi,
race
Chris.
here or there. I don't know. I mean, like I said,
All right, Clark, you're drunk.
he's
Drunk.
the best of right now.
Okay, I think Clark brings up an interesting question coming from, well, I don't even want to get into it. There is a difference between greatest performer and greatest talent. To use the example of Kyle Busch, you could say he is easily one of the greatest talents in the history of stock car driving. The guy can win in almost anything he sits in. But the fact that he's a petulant child and he's a terrible teammate and he's not good to his crew, that all takes him down notches.
Yeah.
But Super Tex was just as big of a prick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Totally agree.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm
you
not
can be a
looking
prick.
as what you are on and off the track. I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at your talent on the track. That's my thing. And absolutely, I agree with you, Chris. Kyle Busch is one of the greatest talents we've ever seen. I mean, he is a very, very good driver. But as you said, he is a pretty big crybaby, and he is, and look at the shit he pulled on Sunday night at Darlington. I mean, that's unacceptable in my mind. I mean, $50,000, that's a slap on the wrist, but I mean, it is what it is, but still.
So let's break it down this way. Who is the greatest of all time 410 wing sprint car driver? Just solely 410s.
Wing. It's got to be Kenzer. It's got to be.
Okay. We can all agree on that, I'm sure.
Yeah. Kenzer. I mean, it's just the 11-time outlaw champion, over 300 wins over 500 wins on the Outlaws. Like, it's the only thing that'll maybe even touch it is shots.
The shots.
But yeah,
shots ain't done yet.
What shots ain't? No, he ain't done. And I tell you what, though, you got there. He looked good this weekend. Again, he was in the top 5 all weekend long, up at Skagit and also at Gray Harbor. And he wasn't in the top 5 on Sunday night, the Skagit Nationals. But yeah, fourth on Friday night, second on Saturday night, and then fourth on Monday night at Great Harbor. So, I mean, Schatz is kind of getting, his momentum going again. So we'll see what happens if he can keep his going. But he's probably the best sprint car driver right now. Just sprint car discipline. If you're looking overall, it's Larson. And I will put this out there too. If you put Larson in a Formula One car against Lewis Hamilton, I think I don't know if he beats Hamilton right away, but I think he gives Hamilton a run. Because if you're going to talk everything here, you think that Lewis Hamilton, he wouldn't give Lewis Hamilton a run for his money?
In a modern F1 car, Kyle Larson at best is, I'll be generous and say 3.5 seconds off the pace. And that's being generous. The car is that different.
Does he at least beat, let me see here. Does he at least beat, go with,
no.
Come on. Does he at least, oh shit, what the hell's his name? For Aston Martin, not Vettel, the other guy.
No. He doesn't beat Mazepin.
Wow.
This is a guy who spins weekly.
Does he beat a Williams? Because Williams had no pace.
Williams was.
I mean,
Williams is not good. But
yeah,
maybe he's on pace with a Williams. But this discussion is so far off the rails.
Right, but again, let me just
exactly.
You put him.
That's what makes
this
whole shit show.
You put him in a Merc.
No.
Sorry.
No.
You put him in the second Merc. He doesn't have the pace with Hamilton.
Okay, so that brings me back to my whole point. Kyle Larson is the best driver right now across multiple disciplines. He is not currently the GOAT. You cannot simply call someone the greatest of all time after 3 good years of racing. 3.
Sean Leiter, Jan Opperman. That's a good name there. I mean, Jan's been very good, especially in Central PA. Yeah, all right, Cap. Clean his clock. All right. Well, it needs to happen. I would love to see what happens if you put Hamilton track, and we will go from there with that at some point. I hope it does.
Okay. Do we see where my point of view is coming from? Now that we broke it down for fucking 20 minutes as to why he's simply not the greatest of all time after 3 good seasons.
Fair enough.
He's a great driver, great talent. He has more talent in his pinky than I do in my entire body.
Yeah.
But you can't simply call him the greatest of all time after a good couple years. I mean, now you switch this conversation over to football. That one's simple. As much as it pains me to say it, Tom Brady.
Okay.
He's taken pieces of shit teams, made them dominant, and he continues to do it. Now, I saw a meme the other day. It's like, Tom Brady has one final test in the NFL. Give him to the Jets, see what he can do.
Oh, God. He will not. I don't see him going to an AFC.
The goddamn Jets.
The goddamn Jets. Oh, boy. All right. Well, let's bring him on right now, folks. I'm trying not to laugh here as we're showing our preview screen here. Adam doesn't know this, but his
I will
son
leave. I will leave.
His son, his adopted son, whose paperwork is still lost again. And ladies and not following D-Weather on Facebook and everywhere, you are missing out. Ladies and gentlemen, Clark the Bear joining us tonight. Clark, how you doing, my friend? Or, I'm sorry.
Fellas, I love this show so much. I love this show so much that I combined it with my other love, swag. I made a Highside Hustle cap for you.
Okay, I like it.
I also made a
It's pretty
T-shirt.
sick.
Wait, I almost made a T-shirt.
I'm going to bed.
And
I'm going to bed.
and since some people like to wear the caps backwards like you, Bert, I put it on the back. But I also put something on the front for those people that like to wear their hats forward.
Oh my god! Oh god!
So how was your week?
I'm
2 weeks.
I'm
It's
going
been
to
2
bed.
weeks.
I'm going to bed.
Oh, it's been fantastic, man! It's been fantastic. Hey, you had a pretty busy week yourself, sir. Going down south and doing some really cool shit down in Waverly, Tennessee, and Louisiana, Mississippi area. Talk about your trip a little bit, man, because that was
I
pretty
did
incredible,
almost
some of the
three
news you sent out.
between Thursday morning and Sunday afternoon. Did about 3,000 miles. Drove to Waverly, Tennessee. Dropped out. So when we found out the hurricane was going to be really bad up that way, and we saw the flash flooding in Waverly, we were already planning on collecting some stuff and taking it down to Louisiana, Mississippi, and the Gulf Coast. But when we heard about Waverly, we had to do something for them. So instead of making a beeline for the Gulf Coast, we went west, stopped in Waverly, gave out some stuff, talked to the people there. Man, you want to be humbled? Whew, I tell you what.
Yeah.
So we gave them some stuff. And so this little town in Waverly, west of Nashville, about 40 miles, they have a creek that's ankle deep, maybe 3 feet wide. It wiped out 500 homes, killed 20 some people. There's a bunch of people still missing. It destroyed their town. So I gave them 2 huge boxes of some stuff. And I met these 2 people, Chris Chrisman and his wife. There's a little video on our page about them with him talking about what happened to them. So when I was leaving and telling them I was going down to Louisiana and Mississippi, they gave me a bag of food to take to the people in Louisiana.
Wow.
I mean, these people have nothing. They need everything. But they gave me food to take to Louisiana. So then I left there, drove straight down to Louisiana, Slidell. I think most people after Katrina heard about Slidell. So I went to Slidell, had a hell of a time trying to find somewhere to give the stuff to. But I got pulled over by a state trooper, a Louisiana state trooper. His name was Bubba. After telling me that there was $1 million bond for all looters, he told me where I could take my stuff. Really nice guy, great guy, actually. So I went back to this place, parking lot at the Slidell Police Department. There was these fellows there, real Cajun fellows, and just the nicest, most gracious, most compassionate people I've ever met. And it turns out the one guy, Chris, is the founder of the Cajun Navy. Everyone knows the Cajun Navy.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I ran into the founder of the Cajun Navy, which was shit luck. I gave them all my stuff. They were going to take it into the swamps on their boats and give it to the people that are stranded out there. We exchanged flags. I gave them a DeWeather flag. They gave me an LSU, Louisiana State University flag that they fly at every home game for the last 20 years. So this weekend when they play at LSU, they're going to fly a DeWeather flag instead of their LSU flag. And no, I had the LSU flag. So I came home Sunday, late Sunday, and then Monday morning I went to Manville, New Jersey, because Manville got wiped out too. Some fans of our page live in Manville. Their little league, their youth athletic group just got wiped out. They lost every bit of equipment: baseball, softball, football, and wrestling. Their concession stand and press box is going to be condemned. They got hit by a tractor trailer that floated by and hit their building, and it damaged the building badly. So we had money left over from the trip. So I drove to Manville Monday morning, gave them every last dollar we had, and we promised them that it was just a down payment. October 2nd, when we do our kickball tournament, we're going to collect sporting goods equipment for them, and we're going to do a 50-50 raffle for them. We've already got a couple kind of big equipment donations. I'll just debut it here. One Little League association gave us a tractor that we're going to give to them. Then they can use that to rake their infields. And the same Little League association is giving us a large 2-door reach-in refrigerator for their concession stand. That's just the beginning. We're gonna do a bunch for them. I invited them to field a team in the kickball tournament, give them a break for a day of all the shit they're going through, and they're gonna field a team in the kickball tournament. So the Elegant Tits will be made up of people from Manville, New Jersey.
That is fantastic, man. I saw what Waverly went through, and I felt very when we had our flooding up here in 2018, and that was we have a little creek ankle deep up here, and it wiped everything out up here. Now, not to the point where it was rushing the way it was down there. But thank God nobody was killed up here. But I know that pain, and I know what Manville went through, and all the Jersey, and just to see what you are doing with it, man. And to me, it's almost like it brings a tear to my eye, honestly, just because.
Listen, man, I will tell you what.
Out there, and they need all the help in the world when it comes. Like, people will not turn that away. I know we never turned any help away here, but we also went out and helped the people that needed it too the most when we went through it. So awesome job
if you ever, if you really honestly want to figure out if you have any heart left, you go to places like that. You'll find out real quick if you have any compassion left in you. And if you want to be humbled, that's the place you go. You go to places like that, and you will see these people, though they've lost everything and they're desperate for everything, they're the nicest, genuine people who still, with the only shirt they have, will take it right off their back and give it to you. So as unorthodox as the weather is, and we're definitely unorthodox,
no,
we have a whole different branch of the Weather Cares, and we do a lot of charitable stuff. We have this disaster team, disaster spelled with a D-E because of D-weather. But we have this disaster team. We've had this idea for a while. So as soon as I heard about this last week, we started gathering stuff. And Blue Cock Nation, the fans of the weather, came through, man. I was going to take it in my Ford Explorer, but we got too much stuff, so I had to rent a van. And I just beat the shit out of that van for 4 days and got my money's worth.
Awesome, man. That is fantastic. I know, like, Ab and I, we were pretty nervous last weekend about what was going to happen last Wednesday up here, because him and I, we've experienced the obviously hardship with flooding and all that stuff, but it was nothing what like Manville and Philly and them went through, man. I tell you what, it was incredible. And your forecasting again was spot on. You're the first one that pointed out the tornado threat, and to see that massive F3 roll through. Oh damn it! What the hell's the name?
Ida?
No, the town, in Jersey, on the other side of the bridge.
Manville.
Damn it.
Mantua.
No.
Burlington. There were a few of them that got
absolutely
rocked.
It was on the ground for quite a while.
Right, but it rode through the town that we went. That's the way we went to Wildwood through, and I'm like, wow, Mullica Hill, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
When it rolled through there, and just seeing I passed some of those places that it hit. As a kid, I remember seeing those houses being built, and it's like, wow, we certainly got
nature is a powerful thing, man, and that's why you try to give as much warning. Well, if you watch our page, and Adam, I know you don't. If you watch our page, you'll see that we try and give you the impact that the weather's going to cause. We don't focus so much on the weather; we focus on how it's going to affect you. And I think that's the massive difference between us and everybody else. Is we don't just tell you it's going to rain. We tell you how much it's going to rain, how bad it's going to be. We don't just say it's going to rain hard. We try to give you those warnings, and there's telltale signs for all tropical systems, like we say till we're blue in the face. If there is a tropical system, you're going to have flash flooding. You're going to have tornado outbreaks. You're going to have them. You're just going to do it. Why the real weather folks don't mention that days in advance, I don't know, because you should. We did for almost a week. It's a tropical system. That's what they do. Why they don't warn people is it's almost malpractice, to be honest. But I won't go into that because that's just a whole other thing. On the brighter side, it's going to be a beautiful weekend for racing in the Midwest and the Northeast. Yes. It's going to be gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Low humidity, temps in the 70s during the daytime. Absolutely gorgeous.
So what you're saying is basically Friday, or go enjoy it this weekend and get out early, because parking's probably going to be really shitty depending where you go, because it's going to be that nice. Everyone, their brother and their mother is going to be out there, and their adopted sons too.
Take a hoodie with you.
Take a hoodie with you.
So is it hoodie and shorts weather for the weekend?
Listen, from January 3rd till Christmas Eve, you will find me in shorts. Now, at work, we have a policy. You're only allowed to wear shorts between Memorial Day and Labor Day. So to get around that, I wear my uniform pants rolled up above my knees. They tried to get me on that, but I'm like, listen, there's nothing in the uniform handbook that says I can't roll up my pant legs. So you will find me with pants rolled up after Labor Day until about Christmas. Then it gets pretty cold. But then after January, I start rolling those pants up again until I can put shorts on at Memorial Day. So yeah, man, hoodies and shorts is the perfect outfit. I don't care where you live.
Boy, you guys,
Right on.
really is your son. That is your son, Adam.
Dadum.
Big
Can I call you
sexy, but a
Dadum?
little sexy.
Dadum, can we call you Dadum? Chris, can we change his graphic to DADM?
Oh my God, dude.
I'm just going to call you Dadum. You don't have to adopt me. I'm just going to call you Dadum.
Unreal.
Oh, fuck, you're the best.
Listen,
You're the
fellas,
best, buddy.
I missed you last week.
Tell everyone
I'm
where
glad
they
you're
find us.
safe. I'm glad you're safe. I'm glad you're well. And I'm glad you made it through all the nonsense.
Yeah, thank you, buddy, and we're glad you made it through as well. What you did last week was pretty freaking awesome, and really proud to call you a friend, man. After that, that was a hell of a gesture you guys did. But you guys are looking for options for different things for the Weather Center, and tell people where they can help you out. If they have any information, any leads to that stuff. What you got?
So the Weather Center, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you can't find us, just email us at theweathercenter@gmail.com. We'll point you in the right direction. If you're cute, send us a picture. We'll send you in a better direction. We're easy to find. Just type in the weather anywhere. You'll find us. And yeah, listen, it's an honor to call you guys friend, but Adam, it'd be much better to call you daddy. I'm just saying.
Oh my!
You just want to spit that drink out, Adam? I tried, buddy. I tried to get you to spit that drink out. You choked on it. I know you did.
Oh, Clark, you're the best, my friend. Hey, have a great weekend. We'll talk to you next week there on the Highside Hustle.
Yeah, guys, have a great show. Be safe.
You too, brother. Take care. Clark Rubright, everybody. There he goes. This is become my favorite segment of the week, just to see you in pain. But it's so funny.
Going to bed.
He said, if you watch, by the way, check out Morning Wood with WOULD every morning at 5 a.m. on the weather. Check him out. Blue has your forecast to tell you how to get the kids out for your forecast. And if you have a chance, check what you can expect live. Why sell every morning at 9:30, and that's where I found out Clark was going to do something pretty spectacular tonight, and he did that. So they'll be on sale soon, folks. They will be on sale soon. Those Adam, please adopt me shirts and Highside Hustle shirts or hats will be on sale soon.
That's your first piece of swag.
Yes. Oh my God, they're gonna sell like hotcakes. Oh my God, that's great.
No.
All right.
No.
All right, let's get to our last race of the weekend here. The show's already off the damn rails, so let's finish this up here where we were at Sunday night or Monday night. Coal Cracker 72, Big Diamond, shutting out the year down at Big Diamond. A fantastic season nonetheless. There up here in Coal Country, great racing every week. Very, very rough to start the night. I thought the track was not in great shape, to be honest with you. But when that feature came out, that have been some of the best racing I've seen at Big Diamond in a while. Watching Anthony Perego come from the B up from, 22nd to 5th. What a run for Perego. I know Yankowski, we'll get the Yankowski here in a minute about his run, but Anthony Perego was his show on Monday night at Big Diamond.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the race could have been better. I mean, Perego was the bright spot throughout that entire deal. I mean, Strunk won forward. Your usual cast of characters went forward, Strunk, Howard. But they couldn't do anything. The only time Von Doren shined was when he went into the pits and changed the tire.
True.
And then he came back up through like a bat out of hell. But I don't know. Good for Yankowski for getting his first crown jewel, if you will.
Which it is. The Coal Cracker is a crown jewel.
But I don't know. It pains me. That whole program on Monday night literally pained me.
I mean, to each your own. I mean, I thought it was. I thought once you got in the feature, I was just impressed with Yankowski looking like a veteran and trying the high side. I mean, no pun intended. He high side hustled the way around when everyone else went in the rubber. He found the high side and it worked. It worked very well for him, and he looked like a pro that's been doing it for years out there. Like I thought Howard or Strunk or Buffalino would move up. Nobody moved up with him and tried to follow him. And Yankowski, sorry, go ahead.
Because I don't know. I mean, he was one of the few running the high side, but I think he was more comfortable on the high side rather than rolling through craters.
Yeah,
I think he could keep his car smoother.
On the high side. There was
he was able to keep his car smoother on the high side than others were able to do running through the shit.
I agree.
I think lap traffic could have had a different outcome if we would have been able to get back to lap traffic more than twice or three times, really. I don't know. I mean, I'm all team. If you have a 72 lap feature, don't have two support divisions. I mean,
I gotta agree with that.
How many people filed out of that place after the feature? How many people stayed for the sportsman?
Oh, by the way, too, they also have Roadrunner match races after the sportsman feature.
Like, I get it. That race was supposed to be run on a Sunday. I get it.
Yeah, and you can't drop.
It wasn't supposed to happen on a Monday. Yeah, that race is supposed to happen on a Sunday, with Monday being the holiday. But even starting an hour early to not have a feature on the track until after 10 o'clock. Well, have your main event feature, I should say, not on the track until 10 o'clock. That's a problem. And
I agree.
9/10 of the problem was directly related to rough riding in the heats and absolutely nothing being done about it. I mean, I get it. It's the biggest race of the year. But to just drive through people and not have anything happen, I mean, like, I didn't have a dog in the fight. I can care less if somebody ran over more than one time. I mean, it sucks when you go to a race and a demo derby breaks out. Like, I don't want to see that shit. I want to see good, hard, clean racing. But for whatever reason, in the modified division, there is a lack of clean racing. Anywhere you go. Everyone's just like, well, I can out money you, and I'll just drive right through you. And then screws the little guy 2 weeks later who can't afford to put shit back together. Meanwhile, you have the big dogs that are just buying brand new cars just for the fucking hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then people wonder why there's a lack of good quality car owners out there, or good car owners just saying the hell with it and selling all their shit and getting out of it.
Oh, Clark's got you fired up now. Clark's got you fired.
No,
up.
it's not even that. It's just like,
I know.
This whole thing has been building up for weeks now. I mean,
I agree. And you're not the first person.
It's a shit show.
You're not.
It's a certified shit show. Like, if you can't pass somebody clean, why are you doing it anymore? Like, I get it. There's going to be slower cars. Like, I get it. There's going to be slower cars, but do it the right way. Don't bull your way to move somebody out of the way.
Yeah, no, I agree. And you're not the first person to say it. I saw a couple people say about how, I mean, that was kind of, I will even say it myself. The heats were pathetic, just because of the amount of cautions and lack of respect. It definitely, and even the consies. I thought that first consi, that was the worst of it all. Of the rough riding and just everything. It just was not
like at what is it going to take for people in the modified division to have some respect for other people,
Someone,
and also their equipment? Like,
I hate to say it,
does
and this is
somebody
gonna
have to
sound
get hurt?
terrible.
Like
Yeah.
Ron Helmlich pointed it out the other night. I mean, it's not going to happen until somebody gets hurt. And even at that point,
Yeah.
I still don't think it's going to happen because, I mean, you see the respect more on the 410 side of things.
Yeah.
But they're also a hell of a lot more dangerous than a 350A modified. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
every division of racing is dangerous as hell. But you got a little more leeway with a modified or a late model for that matter. But in the same
Yeah.
aspect, a simple little, someone driving over your front end, you hitting the wall at hell, even 50 miles an hour, that could kill you. That could legitimately paralyze you if it happens the wrong way. And I think a lot of the times that people don't put that into perspective. They don't care about the person that's inside of the race car. They just think, well, my mommy will buy, or my daddy or my car owner will buy me a new bumper and a new body and a new motor.
Yeah.
The,
No,
that's my rant.
I
I'm
agree
done.
with you. You feel better now? You feel better? You got that off your chest?
I don't even feel remotely better because I know the next time I go to a modified race, more of the same thing is going to happen. It's just becoming more and more frequent across that entire division, and I have a soft spot for modifieds. I love them to death.
Oh,
but
I do too.
at what point?
Trust
At
me.
what point are we going to have a little bit of respect to driver to driver?
It's gonna be until it's even if somebody gets hurt. I think it might even take till somebody gets killed, and that sounds horrible to say, but
It
they
is,
realize
but
the full consequences.
Even then, I don't think it'll do any good because people have more money than brains.
Yep. Welcome to the world we live in, buddy. It's the world we live in. But
Yeah.
hey, you know what though? It was good to see Yankowski go out there and get the win.
It was. The kid deserves it.
You can't doubt the talent level that is in modified racing right now. It is.
It is.
It's just all around. Like the young kids are coming up. You have like we talked about multiple times. Briggs Danner, Alex Bright, they're moving their way up, especially on the East Coast side or USAC East Coast side of things. Here, you look at the modified side. You have Yankowski, a lot of good young talent moving up, even in the sportsmen too. You got Sammy Martz who picked up a win. He's looking strong. Logan White, the future is there, and the sprint car side of things, it's getting there. Bollinger look good. You have guys like Travis Edge and then Macri, and I mean Dietrich's still relatively young yet. You have those guys there that are the next generation. Borden, Borden's a young kid coming up here. Raymer, it's the future is so bright here, but people need to use their heads, as you said, or else it's gonna go
because
the cost of shit's already so expensive. It's
exactly,
like,
and
just prolonging it.
Yeah, I mean the rising costs, they're never going to go back down because as long as I'm been into racing, the cost of it has skyrocketed. It's going to keep going that way.
No.
But all it's doing is, the people that have more money than brains, they can go out and buy a new car every week if they need to. They don't care.
Yeah.
They don't think about the little guy that's shows up to the track every week and supports it, and he maybe one top 10 finish a year. They don't care about that guy. To them, he's just an obstacle. But on a Saturday night, that's his passion. That's what he loves to do. And if somebody purposely junks him or punts him out of the way, you're not going to get. You're just pushing another good car out. It's going to get to the point where you only have the bigger car owners, and then everyone's going to complain, why doesn't the tracks?
What does Ken?
I can agree with Ken wholeheartedly there. The racing at Big Diamond, every time I was there this year, has been excellent, and for whatever reason, you got the end of the year nonsense where people forget to have any lack of moral respect towards anyone. It wasn't anyone. I can definitely agree to Ken there. The races were good. I enjoyed all of them. Every one that I was at, there wasn't a whole lot of rough riding, but for whatever reason, Monday night was through the roof. And then again, there's 17 grand on the line, but still.
Yeah, I agree. I think
It brings out the worst
on Monday night.
When there's a lot of money on the line. It brings out the worst in everyone, no matter where it is.
We transition from that into the Freedom 76 in 2 weeks. What are we going to see there? Is it going to be the same thing, or are they going to get their act together? I kind of feel like we're going to see some rough riding in the Sixer. We always do. Always see.
Oh yeah, you always do. I mean,
even though I'm wondering what the Fonda 200 is going to look like too.
But in the same aspect of the Sixer, usually the rough riding bullshit goes out the window at the conclusion of the Minuteman 20. Mm-hmm. Once that's over, you have your 28, 29, 30 car field, however many they start. And if you get through the Minuteman unscathed, you have a good car, you're in the show. From that point, it's just how can we get the car better to go forward? I mean, the Minuteman and all of the consies kind of weeds out the nitwits, so to speak. But in the same aspect, how much of this coming weekend with points night is going to carry over into Sixer weekend?
Yeah, let me play devil's advocate here a little bit. Is how come we're seeing about this at Big Diamond, but yet we haven't heard anything really about it at Utica this weekend for the New Yorker? With Stuart Friesen won, by the way. How come we haven't heard too about that? Is it a Pennsylvania modified thing, or are New York guys just running a lot cleaner?
I don't know. I mean, is it because we only see the Pennsylvania side of things? Right. I can't now, anyone in the judge accordingly.
Comments is still watching. If you were at the New Yorker up at Utica Rome, was there any rough riding up there or anything like that? Holy shit, that was a finish. Devin Moran got around Shannon Babb at the end. Sorry to jump on top of there, but wow. What a race to the line between Devin Moran and Shannon Babb. Holy shit. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get off topic, but that was pretty awesome. But no, I mean, I'm curious to see if anyone was up.
I don't know. I mean, no matter where you go, there's always going to be a couple cars that drive like absolute idiots. No matter where you go. I mean,
yeah,
you're not going to get around it. But I don't know. It's a touchy subject because you don't want to piss off the track owners and the promoters. But you also don't want to piss off the drivers because,
right?
I don't know. You're damned if you do, damned if you don't. If you're a promoter or a track owner and you say, "Hey, we need to get rid of the rough stuff," then you have the drivers bitching that it's only a certain couple or whatever happens in that conversation, and then they get pissed off and maybe not return, and then it hurts your car counts and the whole 9 yards. So like, I don't know.
No, you're right. You're exactly right.
I just personally wish that if you purposely spin someone or punt them out of the way, you go to the back. You go to the back with them. For whatever reason, I see a lot of tracks overlook that rule every once in a while, for track favorites or so on and so forth. Like, in racing as a whole, I think we need to stop playing favoritism. Because you can see it. You can see it everywhere you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But I mean, unfortunately, even in the rules, like, I mean, it's a hard line call to call for rough riding. I mean, I know some places are, some places aren't, but it can be a hard line call on that sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree.
I'm looking at this as somebody who's been a race director before and knowing that it can be a little bit of a rough call. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely is. So, all right. Anything else you want to talk about here tonight before we get going?
No, I'm pretty well ratted out at this point. I mean, I don't know.
Ask your question.
I hope Ken didn't take that the wrong way, because I know how much pride he takes into Big Diamond. But I mean, I enjoyed it every time. But you know, that one time a year when all the idiots come out to play for the pressure of getting into the big show and so on and so forth. I mean,
I
you're
I think
never
that
gonna get rid of it. But in the same aspect, there's no need to tear up somebody else's equipment just because you need to finish one spot ahead to get into the back of a B main that you
yeah.
know you're
No,
not going to qualify into the A main.
I think it's a fair argument to have, honestly. I mean, and you're not bashing the track at all. I mean, it's just a one off night where it was a little bit of a rougher night, driving wise, I thought. But as you said though, and Ken can attest this, Casey can attest to this, that Big Diamond has been very, very good this year. And it just
Yeah,
sucked that it was
I
the biggest
I
night
enjoyed
that he
every
had
night that
this
I was
rough
there.
riding. I did too. Even when he was at URC this year, I mean, it was very, very good. The track was probably the smoothest I've seen it in about 10 years maybe. The track was great this year. It just
Yeah.
sucked that it just kind of fell on the biggest night of the year where everything just didn't fall right. But hey, you know what? It's racing. It is what happens. So, all right, ask your
Yeah.
question. What's what you ask at the end of every show.
Where are you going this weekend?
Thursday night, I think I'm gonna pop my happy ass by the fire, watch the world tomorrow night. Uh, Friday, URC is back. We finally have a gorgeous night down at Georgetown with the Sunoco
Just because you
Modifieds.
said that, it's going to rain now. You jinxed it.
No, I probably did, but I just knocked on wood, so we're good. But no, we actually have a gorgeous night in Delaware. URC sprints down there with the Sunoco Modifieds and the Rush Crate Late models down there. That should be a good show down there. And then Saturday, we'll just play Saturday by you to see where we go. What about you?
I don't know yet. I mean, I know Saturday I'm probably going to go out to Port because it's fair week. I got to get a turkey dinner and
Yeah, fair.
just hang out. I don't know yet for Friday. I don't really know where all is running besides, I mean, obviously Port and Georgetown. I mean,
That's a good call.
it's Linda's. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. See how the week goes.
Linda's a solid call. I think that's a good call. It kind of mixes up the weekend. And plus National Racing Network, we'll be there covering that. Ain't that right, Chris? And we also got some other stuff coming up here on National Racing Network this weekend.
I wasn't ready for that one. Yeah, we're going to be at
Gotcha.
the Linda's National Open, October 16th and 17th. Free live coverage of basically the entire weekend. Race of Champions, first night. Linda's National Open the next night. It's going to be pretty darn spectacular. This week is very, very quiet on the front because it's build week for iRacing, and they've basically blown the whole thing up tonight. So we'll see that. Everything else will be back next week, starting on Monday night, Silver Crowns. Tuesday night, a double header, a triple header with another race. 8 to 11 p.m. It's going to be the TNT Rock Block. 3 separate races, 8, 9, and 10 p.m., plus the sprint cars. You knuckleheads on Wednesday, a doubleheader on Thursday, Linda's Fridays. We're busy, man.
Love it. And I think you put in there's some 95 I races you have planned for the off season, I think, once the winter hits.
Our current schedule between now and the end of the year, I believe, is 147 races that we'll have live coverage of.
Damn, man. Tell you what, some of the best coverage around. If you want, I mean, I know iRacing is a big thing right now, but tell you what, you want some damn good coverage to get you through the week here, and especially through the winter months. NRN's a place to be and a place to watch. And of course, you watch us, Knuckleheads, every Wednesday night right here on the National Racing Network. So that's going to do it, folks, for this edition of the Highside Hustle. Chris, thanks again for giving us a platform to have some fun and be Knuckleheads and shoot the shit and just enjoy our time and our talents, what we do here. Always appreciate you, man. And yeah, that'll wrap it up here for another edition of Highside Hustle. Enjoy the weekend, folks. It is going to be an absolutely gorgeous weekend. Get out. Go to the racetrack. I don't care where you go this weekend. Go somewhere. Go support any track. Go get out to the 50. It's a big weekend. It's a crown jewel weekend. There's not too many weekends left this year that we're going to have this nice of weather. So get out there. Go enjoy it, folks. So for Big Sexy Adam Rubright, executive producer Chris Graham, my name is Bert Wojcik. Keep on hustling, folks. We will see you guys next week right here on the Highside Hustle. Hey, by the way, next week we preview the Sixer. See you guys. Take care.